I'm Effi. I'm an aspiring fantasy writer, and I'm looking for inspiration in my daily life lately without much success. It's been mostly work, errands, and all the boring stuff. That's why I booked myself a trip to Krakow in Poland for a week now. And let's go pack together for what I hope will be a creative reset. I've always believed that you set a tone for your trip before you leave. Maybe that sounds a bit dramatic, but I think the way you prepare for something really matters. The music you listen to, the books you bring, the little things you decide are worth carrying with you, even the clothes you wear, all of that really changes your experience. So I'm trying to be intentional with this trip because lately I've been missing that version of myself that notices those small things and cares about them. The version of me that takes time to wear a nice dress, put on some makeup in the morning, that writes ideas down and gets inspired by tiny details. I think daily life can slowly pull you away from that without you realizing it. And being 35 is strange because there's this quiet pressure to become more practical and to focus on stability, family, money, all of those things, to build like a proper adult life and to stop living so much inside your imagination. And honestly, part of me agrees with that. I like creating a cozy life for myself. I like feeling grounded and knowing that my bills are paid and my apartment is clean, my routines are in place. But at the same time, creativity is still such a huge part of who I am, and writing gives me life. And I think one of my biggest fears is waking up one day and realizing that I stopped feeding that part of myself, that I gave up on my dream and became too busy, too tired, and too practical to allow myself to really dream anymore. So this trip is me consciously deciding to make space for inspiration in my life, not forcing it, but just making time for it. I'm bringing a book because reading always makes me want to write more. And I'm bringing also a notebook because I want somewhere to collect also all my thoughts while I'm there. And honestly, I think I just need a change of scenery. I want to wander around beautiful streets without rushing anywhere, without even knowing where I'm going. I want quiet cafes and long walks where my brain can finally slow down enough to notice things again. I feel like curiosity disappears when every day starts looking exactly the same and becomes so predictable. And curiosity is an important part of creativity. I do feel most like myself when I'm writing and imagining and observing the world around me and collecting these little moments that maybe later become stories, characters, or parts of a new world. And that's enough reason to protect this part of myself. I think that adventure is really important for us creative people. And I don't mean necessarily really big, dramatic adventures like risky stuff, jumping out of the sky, whatever. I mean just moments that interrupt your daily routines, moments that remind you that there's still so much beauty and inspiration outside of your normal everyday life. And we all really need those breaks. So that's what this trip is for. Just a few days to feel inspired again, a few days to romanticize my life a little bit, and hopefully come home with a fuller creative well. If you want to see how inspiring Krakow is, follow along and I will share with you all the best things from the trip.